Power. It's a dangerous game. A game that has been played for centuries with stakes higher than one can imagine. Throughout history, men and women have craved it. From the ancient empires of Rome and Egypt to the monarchies of Europe and the dynasties of Asia, the pursuit of power has been a constant. They've killed for it. Wars have been waged and countless lives have been lost in the name of power. Assassinations, betrayals, and executions have marked the annals of history. They have died for it. Many have met their end on the battlefield, in dark alleys, or even in their own homes, all because of the relentless pursuit of power. Nicolas Fouquet, the ambitious finance minister of Louis XIV, understood this game. He knew the allure of power and the lengths one must go to attain it. He rose to dizzying heights, amassing wealth and influence. His opulent lifestyle and grand ambitions made him a prominent figure in the court of Louis XIV. But he made a fatal mistake. In his quest for power, he overstepped his bounds, drawing the ire of the king and his rivals. He failed to understand the delicate dance of power, the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and political maneuvering that one must navigate to stay in favor. Fouquet's story is a stark reminder. It serves as a cautionary tale for those who seek power without understanding its true nature. It teaches us that power is not merely about acquiring it. The journey to power is fraught with peril, and the throne is often a precarious seat. It's about wielding it with the utmost care and subtlety. True power lies in the ability to lead wisely, to inspire loyalty, and to maintain a delicate balance. It's about understanding that those in power are inherently insecure. The higher one rises, the more precarious the position becomes, and the more enemies one makes. They're constantly looking over their shoulders, wary of threats, real or imagined. The game of power is never ending, and the stakes are always high. Nicolas Fouquet was a man of remarkable talent and ambition. Born into a wealthy family, he climbed the ranks of French society. He possessed a sharp intellect and a keen understanding of finance. He caught the eye of Cardinal Mazarin, the powerful chief minister of France. Mazarin recognized Fouquet's potential and took him under his wing. He groomed him for power, entrusting him with increasingly important responsibilities. Fouquet excelled in his role, amassing a considerable fortune. He used his wealth to cultivate a network of patrons and allies, further solidifying his position within the French court. Fouquet's ambition knew no bounds. Born into a wealthy family, he quickly rose through the ranks of French nobility, becoming the superintendent of finances under King Louis XIV. His intelligence and charm made him a favorite at court, but it was his ambition that truly set him apart. He yearned to be close to the ultimate source of power, the young King Louis XIV. Fouquet believed that by impressing the king, he could secure his position and influence for years to come. He envisioned a grand gesture that would leave an indelible mark on the king and the court. To impress the king, Fouquet built a magnificent chateau called Vaux-le-Vicomte. No expense was spared. The chateau was a masterpiece of architecture, blending classical and baroque elements in a way that had never been seen before. It was a symbol of Fouquet's wealth, taste, and ambition. The gardens designed by Le Notre were a marvel of landscaping. They featured intricate patterns, grand fountains, and carefully manicured lawns. Every detail was meticulously planned to create a sense of harmony and grandeur. The gardens were not just a backdrop, they were an integral part of the chateau's splendor. The fountains were a spectacle of engineering. They were designed to create a sense of wonder and delight, with water cascading in intricate patterns and jets shooting high into the air. The fountains were a testament to the skill and ingenuity of the engineers and craftsmen who built them. The inauguration of Vaux-le-Vicomte was nothing short of legendary. It was a grand event attended by the most important figures of the time. The chateau was illuminated by thousands of candles, creating a magical atmosphere. The air was filled with music, laughter, and the scent of exotic flowers. The guest list was a who's who of French society. Nobles, politicians, artists, and intellectuals all gathered to witness the unveiling of Fouquet's masterpiece. It was a display of power and influence, a testament to Fouquet's ability to bring together the most important people of his time. The entertainment was lavish, featuring the finest musicians, dancers, and actors. Performances were held in the grand halls and gardens with elaborate costumes and sets. The guests were treated to a night of unparalleled entertainment, a feast for the senses that left a lasting impression. The food was exquisite, prepared by the most celebrated chef. The banquet featured a variety of dishes, from delicate pastries to rich roasts, all presented with artistic flair. The guests dined on the finest china and drank the best wines, a culinary experience that was as opulent as the surroundings. But in his extravagance, Fouquet made a grave error. He underestimated the king's pride and sensitivity. By creating something so magnificent, Fouquet had inadvertently challenged the king's authority and prestige. It was a miscalculation that would have dire consequences. He had inadvertently upstaged the king. King Louis XIV, known for his vanity and desire for absolute control, saw Fouquet's display as a direct affront. The king's anger was swift and unforgiving, setting in motion a chain of events that would lead to Fouquet's downfall. Louis XIV, though young, was acutely aware of the power dynamics at play. He saw Fouquet's lavish display not as mere entertainment. He saw it as a threat to his own authority. The king felt overshadowed, his own palace paling in comparison to Vaux-le-Vicomte. The seeds of resentment were sown. Louis XIV, guided by his advisors, began to suspect Fouquet of harboring treasonous ambitions. They whispered in the king's ear, suggesting that Fouquet was using his ill-gotten wealth to undermine the throne. The king, already apprehensive of Fouquet's growing influence, was easily persuaded. Section 5. The Trial and Imprisonment of Fouquet. The king acted swiftly and decisively. He ordered Fouquet's arrest. The charges were trumped up, a mixture of embezzlement and conspiracy. The trial was a sham, a mere formality designed to legitimize Fouquet's downfall. Evidence was fabricated, witnesses were coerced. Fouquet, once a powerful figure, found himself a pawn in the king's game. He was stripped of his wealth, his titles, his freedom. Sentenced to life imprisonment, Fouquet was cast aside, a stark warning to anyone who dared to challenge the absolute authority of the Sun King. Section 6. The Art of Power, a lesson from Galileo. Fouquet's tale stands in stark contrast to the story of Galileo Galilei. Galileo, the famed astronomer, understood the art of power. He made powerful men feel indispensable. He dedicated his discoveries to them, subtly feeding their egos. He knew that knowledge was power, but he also knew that knowledge had to be wielded carefully. He never outshined his patrons. Instead, he made them shine brighter by association. This is a crucial lesson in power dynamics. It is not enough to be competent. One must make the master feel indispensable. Section 7. The Price of Outshining the Master. Fouquet's fatal flaw was his failure to grasp this fundamental principle. He blinded himself with ambition, believing that wealth and extravagance would secure his position. He failed to realize that true power lay in making the king feel secure, not threatened. In his pursuit of grandeur, Fouquet inadvertently exposed the king's insecurities. He showed Louis XIV that he could be overshadowed, that his power was not absolute. This was a transgression that the king could not forgive. Section 8. The Legacy of Fouquet, a Cautionary Tale. Fouquet's story is a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that the pursuit of power is a dangerous game. It requires more than just ambition and talent. It demands an acute understanding of human nature, an awareness of the subtle cues and unspoken rules that govern the halls of power. Fouquet's legacy serves as a warning to those who aspire to climb the ladder of power. It reminds us that true power lies not in amassing wealth or influence, but in the ability to navigate the treacherous currents of human emotion and ambition. Section 9. Conclusion. Mastering the subtleties of power. In this final section, we delve into the intricate dance of influence and authority, exploring the delicate balance required to wield power effectively. The story of Nicolas Fouquet is a tragedy of ambition. Fouquet, once a powerful minister in the court of Louis XVI, sought to elevate his status through grand displays of wealth and influence. However, his ambition blinded him to the subtleties of power. It highlights the perils of misunderstanding the nature of power. Fouquet's magnificent chateau, Vaux-le-Vicomte, was meant to impress, but it only served to incite the king's jealousy and suspicion. His failure to recognize the importance of subtlety led to his downfall. It underscores the importance of mastering the subtle art of influence. True power lies not in ostentatious displays, but in the ability to navigate the intricate web of court politics and personal relationships. Influence is wielded quietly, often behind the scenes. To truly hold power, one must understand that it's not about outward displays of wealth. Wealth can be a tool, but it should never be the focus. The true essence of power is in making others feel secure and valued, ensuring their loyalty and support. It's about making the master feel secure, indispensable. A wise advisor knows how to make the ruler feel that their power is unchallenged, that their position is safe. This requires a deep understanding of human nature and the dynamics of power. It's about playing the game with finesse and foresight. Just like in a game of chess, every move must be calculated, every action considered. The ability to anticipate the moves of others and to plan several steps ahead is crucial in the game of power. Fouquet's downfall offers a timeless lesson. His arrest and subsequent imprisonment were a direct result of his failure to understand these principles. His story serves as a cautionary tale for those who seek power without understanding its true nature. Those who fail to grasp the nuances of power, who do not see the importance of subtlety and discretion, are often the ones who fall victim to intrigue and betrayal. The court is a place of whispers and secrets where the slightest misstep can lead to ruin. Who mistake arrogance for authority, who believe that power is about dominance and control, are destined to fall from grace. True authority comes from respect and influence, not from fear and intimidation, are destined to fall from grace. The higher they rise, the harder they fall, as the saying goes. The story of Nicolas Fouquet is a stark reminder of this truth. The game of power is complex, unforgiving. It requires a keen mind, a strategic approach, and an understanding of the human psyche. Those who master it can achieve great things, but those who underestimate it are doomed to fail, master its subtleties, or become another victim of its seductive allure. The labyrinth of power is filled with traps and pitfalls, but for those who navigate it successfully, the rewards are immense. The choice is yours. Master the game or be mastered by it.